welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Courtney, and today I decided I was going to bring you guys some of our favorite Christmas treats. None of these recipes are complicated. They are super simple and super quick to make. In fact, two of them I would really classify as semi-homemade. If you guys ever watched that Food Network series where she took, some regular store-bought stuff and just kind of like revamped it and did her own thing with it. Two of these recipes would definitely fit in that category. But anyway, let's jump right in. So first off, you guys, my fudge recipe is super simple. I don't even know where I got this. I think I got it from the Eagle brand milk website. I don't know. I've been making this fudge since I was like 20 years old, 21, something like that. So this is a really, really good recipe. I started off by melting 2 tablespoons of butter in my saucepan there, and then I just dumped in an entire bag of chocolate chips. So tonight I'm using dark chocolate because that is definitely our favorite. But in the past I have used milk chocolate, I've used white chocolate, I have used the Reese's peanut butter and chocolate chips. Any one of those kind of baking chips will work perfectly, just depending on what flavor you're looking for. But just go ahead and dump it in. And then on top of that, we're going to dump in a whole can of sweetened condensed milk. I am using the fat-free kind just to kind of save a few calories. And I'm going to tell you, it does not do anything bad for the flavor. This fudge is still rich and delicious and creamy and awesome. But if you want to use regular, that's fine too. I've done that in the past plenty of times. I also added in a dash of salt, and then we're just going to cook this on a low heat until all the chocolate chips are melted. You do definitely want to keep the burner low just because you don't want to scald the chocolate. It's so easy to do. We just want to gently melt all of those chocolate chips in there. And of course, once that is done, we will turn off the burner and then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And guys, that's it. That's all you need. You will have fudge in a matter of hours. I am using just a regular casserole dish, and I lined mine with parchment paper because that just makes everything easier. But you're just going to take your hot fudge and pour it in the dish and pop it in your fridge for like 3 to 4 hours until it is set and solid, and then you can slice it up. Guys, it is such a delicious fudge. So easy, so simple. I mean, I don't even think it took me 10 minutes to make this. It is that easy. And I make this at least twice every Christmas season. Usually I will make 1 batch on the day that we're going to be putting up our Christmas tree because we kind of have like a little family party. And then I will make some on the night that we're going to have our Christmas and open our presents and do all that sort of stuff. And it goes quick. Everyone in my household loves it. All the adults, all the kids, we are all huge fans. Of course, if you want, you could totally stick some nuts or something in here. That's fine too. I don't really care for that, so I just keep it pretty simple with just chocolate. But you guys do it however you want it. It is that easy and that simple. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen this before because, like I said, I think I got it from the Eagle brand milk website. I don't have it written down. I don't have a recipe for it. This is just something I've been making for so long. I know how to make it off the top of my head. But anyway, I'm just going to pop that in the fridge and let it set. Okay, on to my absolute favorite holiday treat. My mom always made these when I was a kid, and they were my favorite. She called them strawberry bonbons. I don't know where the recipe came from. I don't know where she found it. Nothing like that. It's just something I learned to make from her, and I have continued on the tradition of making it every holiday season. I make it the day we put up the tree, and I make it on the night that we open presents. So you start off with 2 cups of coconut, and the recipe just calls for you to just dump them straight in a bowl. Personal preference thing for me, I find that it's a little bit stringy, so I like to break my coconut down a little bit. As you can see now, it's more flaky and less stringy. You don't have to do that. You can totally skip that step. Like I said, it's just a personal preference thing for me. But I'm going to dump those in a bowl, and then I'm going to take about 1 cup of walnuts and put those in my food processor. Now, I believe the original recipe called for pecans, but I don't really care for pecans. They leave like a really weird film and taste in my mouth. I don't like it, so I tend to usually substitute walnuts in their place, and that's what I do here. And I'm going to just like pulverize those in my food processor. I want some of them to be ground down to powder, and I still want some chunks left in there for texture. So just let that pulse and go until you feel like it's broken down really, really well. And I will show you kind of what it looks like when it's done. Again, I've got a mix of powder and some chunks in there just because the texture brings something to this. There's not a lot of ingredients, so as you can see, there's a lot of texture on top and it's powdery on the bottom. But we're going to mix that with the coconut. And then to that, I'm going to add in 1 box of Jello. Now I am choosing to use strawberry because that's what I always grew up eating. You don't have to use strawberry if you don't want to. My mother-in-law makes something similar and she does it with lime Jello and it's really, really good. So really, I mean, experiment. If there's a different flavor that you like, totally go that way. Use that different flavor and that's fine. But I just stick with strawberry because it's the way I've always had it. So you dump 1 package of strawberry Jello in there. You can use sugar-free if you want. I've done that plenty of times in the past. Today I'm just using the regular store brand. It's just regular kind. But I am using some more fat-free sweetened condensed milk. You need the whole can. Again, you can use the regular stuff if you want. I just thought, well, I can cut a few calories here too, so I'm going to. And we're just going to stir this all together. And then I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of almond extract. And it does take a few minutes to incorporate this, you know, and get the liquid kind of spread out through everything. But it will come together and form kind of like a super sticky dough, and that's what you're looking for. When I was a kid, my mom used to add red food coloring too to kind of really make it a beautiful, vibrant color. I don't do that just because I'm lazy, but if you want to do that and you want it to pop a little bit more, you can totally do that. And then pipe some green icing on top of these for leaves. You'll see what I mean when we're done, just to make them look more like a strawberry. Again, I'm lazy, I don't do that, but you totally could. My mom used to do it. They were always gorgeous. She did such an amazing job making these every year, but I just am not gonna do that. Anyway, as you can see, I am mixing and mixing and mixing until it comes together and forms basically like a dough. And then here's my advice. This is super, super sticky. I put gloves on and I still have to stop and wash the outside of the gloves off a couple of times because it is so sticky, but it's just so much easier than dealing with, you know, the dough on your hands. So I'm going to empty a 2nd package of Jello into that blue bowl right there. And then we're going to roll the dough, basically that's what I'm going to call it. We're going to roll the dough into balls, and then we're going to roll the balls in that strawberry Jello, and then I'm going to pop them in the container and we're going to let them set in the fridge. They only take about an hour and they really firm up quite nicely. But as you can see, I'm just going to kind of roll all of these into balls, then roll them in the powder. And here in a minute, I'll get smart about it and I'll just roll all the balls at once, and then I will roll everything in the powder because that is just so much easier to do. But anyway, that's all you have to do. And then, like I said, pop them in the fridge and let them set. And these are my absolute favorite. I love these so much. It's a different flavor. It's not, you know, something you get everywhere you go for Christmas. So I highly recommend this. If you've never had them before, give them a shot for sure.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. I'll pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arm. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present, come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling. It is that time of the year, drinking hot wine by the fire. Here on our own, we got nothing to fear. It's Christmas and some kind of love, my friend. up some candy canes and hang a wreath on your door. It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you.
Okay, these are definitely semi-homemade. So these cookies are my husband's favorite. He loves these. He gets so excited. I don't know why I only make them at Christmas. I mean, I can make them any time of year. It doesn't matter. But I start off with this Betty Crocker sugar cookie mix, and I do the drop cookie method. So I'm going to take 1 stick of butter that I have softened, and I'm going to mix that with 1 egg and the package mix and just kind of get it all together to form a dough. And my butter was nice and soft, but I still ended up having to use my hands to mix this because it just wouldn't get past that crumb consistency. But all you do is follow the package directions, and the only difference is I add about a teaspoon of almond extract. It really elevates these cookies. It kind of just gives them some kind of, I don't know, a different taste, a different flavor. To me, it does taste, you know, like a holiday kind of flavor, but it really, really changes the entire cookie. So that's the only difference to the dough, is just the 1 teaspoon of almond extract. But go ahead and mix it all together, and then, like I said, I popped on some gloves, got in there with my hands to get this to form into like a cohesive dough. And then I rolled mine into balls, popped them on a parchment-lined cookie sheet, and baked them according to the package directions. So that's all you have to do, and then just kind of let them cool, and then we're going to ice them.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way. And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace, and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace, and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
Alright, so my cookies are done baking. I let them cool for about 30 minutes, and now it's time to ice them, and I'm just using that Betty Crocker cherry frosting. Trust me when I say that cherry is the perfect flavor combination for these almond cookies. You know, the closest I can think of would be like the inside of a cordial cherry. That's kind of what they taste like, but not nearly as sweet. Even with the frosting on there, they're not as sweet as the inside of those. But oh my gosh, these cookies are so, so delicious. It's amazing. 1 teaspoon of almond extract just completely alters the flavor profile, elevates these so much, makes them totally different. Now, I have not experimented with other flavors, but I imagine you could probably put a lot of different extracts in here to change these cookies. You know, sugar cookies are super plain, so they're the perfect cookie to kind of play around with. You know, now that I think about it, I wonder how mint extract would taste in there with some chocolate frosting on top. If somebody tries that, please let me know down in the comments below how that turns out. I'm curious now, but that is it. These are amazing. I hope you try them. All right, so the last thing I'm going to share is another semi-homemade kind of thing. This is how my mom serves eggnog, so this is also how I serve eggnog. It is super simple. I start off with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, and then I pour some eggnog over the top. That Southern Comfort brand is my brand of choice. It is rich and creamy and oh so delicious. There is no alcohol in it, don't worry. But oh man, it is so good. I just pour a little bit over the top of the ice cream and top it with nutmeg. That vanilla ice cream in there is so, so good. It is just amazing. If you haven't tried it that way, I highly recommend it. It's super, super good. But here are our sweet treats that we enjoyed while we put up the Christmas tree. And of course, the rest of the week, because we could not finish all that in one night. Oh man, they were so good and so rich. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so, so much for watching my videos. And thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate all of you so much. I hope you're having a fantastic holiday season. And I will be back soon with another video. So I will see you guys then. Bye.